Many people are saying that Chidimma should not win Miss Universe because South Africans can start attacking Nigerians in South Africa, especially the black South Africans. We knew how over 59 million people worked against Chidimma because she's black and she's Nigerian and also she's Igbo in South Africa. The way black man thinks, the way Africans think, South Africans worked against Chidimma, and it was even a white person who is not an African, a black African, that won the Miss Universe, not even the blacks. The hatred for Igbos, especially for Igbos, is unprecedented. So Chidimma should not win Miss Universe because some South Africans, some low-life South Africans will be so angry that they will start attacking Nigerians in South Africa. If not for the whites in South Africa, South Africa would not be where it is today. The blacks are still slaves in South Africa. That is why you see the way they think and their mentality. Who God has blessed, no man can curse. I remember how Southwesterners from Nigeria were writing to South Africans that they should all come together and stop Chidimma because she is Igbo. Southwesterners, I don't want to use the word Yorubas, I want to use Southwesterners, were writing against a supposed Nigerian who they should be proud of because of the hatred in their bloodstream and blood system. They wrote to South Africans. They even conspired with them so that they can disqualify Chidimma. At the end of the day, some of these Yoruba Ronus, they saw that whatever they are doing does not count. She came back to Nigeria through Taraba State and she won in Nigeria. God has shamed every one of them. Chidimma is at the world stage and she is going to win Miss Universe. When you watch, I don't know if you are watching the event. If she wins Miss Universe, that means shame on South Africans, shame on Southwesterners, shame on everybody that worked against her. Now, despite the fact that they wrote a petition to withdraw Okonjo-Iweala's honorary degree, she is now at the World Trade Center. She's the chairman. World Trade Organization, sorry. She's the chairman of the World Trade Organization. Those that were writing petitions against her, their family, their generation have not achieved and may never achieve such feat. I hate people trying to stop the progress of others. I hate people having this hatred in them. And it's even bad that it is now the Igbos that are being hated. I don't know the reasons. I don't know the reasons why Igbos are hated in Nigeria. I don't know the reasons why Igbos are hated in South Africa. Okay, you may say because of the crimes and everything. You see, the reasons why the whites in South Africa built a city separate from the blacks, it is because of the crimes South Africans are committing. Let's not say it is Igbos that are committing crimes in South Africa. The black man commits crimes. In the US, crimes are being committed. I believe that it is the success, the domineering success attitude of the Igbos that makes every other person don't want him. Because when an Igbo comes here now, he studies the environment. He does all he can. He's aggressive with hustling and success. He's focused. He does all he can to succeed in any environment he finds himself. He has this defiance, this tenacity to make it against all odds. That's why they go through the desert, they get into Europe, and they do all sort of things to make it. That is the will mind, the willpower of an Igbo person, which most people do not have. South Africans are lazy bunch of, I don't want to use words against them, lazy. Even Zimbabweans, people from Zimbabwe, are taking over the economy of South Africa. Black South Africans, though. I'm talking about black South Africans. You became a witch. You witch hunted somebody, sent the person out of your country. The person left your country, went to her country of origin. She was able to represent her country at the world stage. But the people who you preferred against Chidimma, the lady who you preferred against Chidimma, could not stand up to Chidimma. She withdrew from the contest because it would be a disgrace for Chidimma to beat her, floor her, beat her black. Blacks in South Africa rarely win Miss South Africa. Blacks, go and look at the record of those that have won it. It is whites that have won it. Look at black mentality. Black mentality. If not for the whites in South Africa, do you think that South Africa will be developing at this pace or even have industrial revolution? It is the whites that are making things happen. Look at some Southwesterners in Nigeria working against a supposed Nigerian. A supposed Nigerian. It shows you the kind of hatred that Africans have for themselves, and especially for an Igbo man. If you're an Igbo man this morning, be proud of yourself. You are an icon. You see, when all the forces around you are coming together, are joining hands together to stop you, the more you double your hustle. Get your degrees, aim higher, do business, think on how you can better your world and your environment. Be focused. Don't look at low lives. Don't look at people. Your focus should not be on them. That's why I like the Chidimma of a girl. She doesn't even look like somebody that over 59 million South Africans plus some 10 million Southwesterners were envious, practically played witchcraft, the role of witchcraft against her emergence. As whether Miss South Africa to represent whoever, she came back to Nigeria back to back. They knew that if she contested in South Africa, she would have won it. Something which blacks rarely win. Blacks rarely win in South Africa. Someone that will help you win it. But some of you athletes, you go and start running for Britain, start running for Poland, start representing this and that. But you are angry that somebody who has Nigerian origin should not be representing South Africa. Does the white lady, does she have South African origin? She belongs to the Africans. These are people that came from somewhere else into South Africa and dominated the economic space of South Africa, the industrial space of South Africa. They own the economy. But a Nigerian, your fellow African, you worked against her. And now she's basking. Chidimma would win Miss World. If she wins Miss World, I don't need to come and start saying, I told you. I'm just trying to address that evil, that hate, that bigotry that will eventually destroy those that wield it. That will eventually destroy those that wield it. So if Chidimma wins Miss Universe now, what would the so-called South Africans and Southwesterners say? How would they come out and start? What would they say? Now look at the social media. Many people are calling, vote for Chidimma, vote for Chidimma, vote for Chidimma. You hardly see a Southwesterner say vote for Chidimma. You hardly see a Southwesterner. I'm telling you the gospel truth. You hardly see a Southwesterner. For some minutes, I've been scrolling through. When I go on Twitter, I look at Chidimma. Chidimma is trending on Twitter. I start looking at the people that are calling for, please, let us vote. Please vote. Usually, Nigerians should have come together, both outside Igbo, Yoruba. Let's push for Chidimma because of the hate in the country. Because of if an Igbo person wins it, we are not. My God, and they say Nigeria is one, and we are deceiving ourselves. People that are saying, let's vote. Most of them are from the southeast. Let's vote. This is an evidence. Let's vote. Most of them are from the southeast. Few of them from the south. We don't see. I'm yet to see. Maybe there is, but when you see the majority of people, when you start scrolling and you see the majority from the top to bottom, Igbos, shows you and tells you a lot. Even some South Africans are happy that Chidimma, some South Africans are happy that Chidimma has gotten to that stage because they fought their fellow South Africans. Why are you angry that Chidimma is representing South Africa? They fought those witches and wizards. They fought those witches and wizards. I'm watching this here. I'm looking at this here. That shows you the level of black mentality these people have against the Igbos. And I trust the Igbos. I'm an Igbo person. I have an Igbo blood. No matter what you do, it does not get to anywhere. See, that your hatred, it drives growth. It gives us energy to do more. Like what is happening in Nigeria. You don't know the extent of hatred that some of these people have for Igbos in Nigeria. If you are watching and you're not in Nigeria, you don't know the extent, the hatred. So sometimes they want to show it, but they cannot show it because there's a constitution in place that say, okay, let's treat everybody. Some of them don't want to look like, maybe because we share the same religion, that is Christianity. Some of those want to be like Christians, but inside them they have hate. A pastor who pastors a church, he is accepting members, he accepts all members. All members of the church he accepts. If you are donating money, it doesn't stop you. Okay, this particular set of people should be donating money in my church. No, it doesn't do so. But when the pastor owns a company and he wants to employ, he selects those that he's going to employ in his company. Most likely his people. It happens both on the sides of Igbo and the sides of Yoruba. But that of Igbo, I have not seen. I'm an Igbo person. Even though some people say I look like Yoruba, I behave like Yoruba people. Yes, I at a point I had these features because the environment you grow up has an impact on you. So I had these features. Still now I have that humility, blah blah, everything. But inside the blood is Igbo. I know the kind of disdain many people have. Not all. I won't say all. I've said it before that I know Yorubas that God created the best in every tribe. They are in Igbos. They are good people. Amongst Yorubas, they are wonderful people. Amongst Hausas, they are wonderful. Fulani, amongst the Fulani, they are wonderful people. I'm telling you, the worst of people, you can find them amongst Igbos. Not necessarily Yorubas. So I know I'm saying this is on a personal basis, but on a tribe basis. Now, Kaduna and Zogu did something, and somebody, because of what Kaduna and Zogu did, the aggression of that then is affecting me because I belong to that tribe. So we are doing a tribe thing, not a personal thing. I love Yorubas. I'm telling you, personally. But to protect my culture and heritage, I need to defend my brothers. I know Adekunle Yusuf is a man that watches my broadcast. He says a lot of things. The differences are there. I'm not a bigot. I can never be a bigot. I'm a Christian. I love all people. I love everybody that God has made, has created. I'm against the shedding of blood. I'm against stigmatization. I'm against it. If I'm saying what I'm saying, I'm attacking Yoruba Ronu. I'm not attacking Yoruba people. Yoruba Ronu. So, enough said. Your hatred for the Igbo people would not affect their success. If let Tinubu appoint all the Yorubas in the whole of the Southwest in his government, flush every other person from every ministry, all the Yorubas be employed. That's the thing that the North has been doing a very long time, so it's not new. That will not stop the Igbos from getting experience in the financial sector, in the economic sector, in the industrial sector, whatever sector, because this is their plan. You see, when you don't, okay, you're an undergraduate, you're a student, you study accounting. If you don't get a job, how do you get experience? So if people from a certain tribe don't get jobs, they lack people who are experienced in that discipline. I don't know whether you get me. Maybe you need to be in the civil service to get some experience. But because Igbos are not being represented in the civil service, I'm not saying they are not represented. They are. There's a federal character. We must have Igbos. I know. But because of the limited amount of people from the Igbo origin in the civil service, you seldom get people who have such experience. You get what I'm saying? Those days we had Ghanaian teaching us because Nigerians didn't have that kind of the number of teachers. We were not exposed to education. The Ghanaians came in to start teaching us. The Northerners didn't have enough people because most of them didn't go to school. So they had to do something in a way to bring them on board. So if you are going to deprive the Igbos of having positions in these parastatals of government, and you think that they will not get experience in the long run, they will not have somebody who had gotten experience politically, financially, economically, technologically, industrial-wise, my brother, you are lying. You are a liar. We have already had people who are excelling in different fields. Who knows there is a Chidimma? Look at how beautiful she is. Look at how angelic she is. Her victory will make some people want to commit suicide, especially the South Africans. See, I'm not concerned about Nigerians having this animosity against Chidimma. Chidimma has already won that. I'm concerned about South Africans. Like what Libya did, because they find Libya, and we got news from one of the leading newspapers or media houses in Libya that they started taking measures on Nigerians because look at the mentality of Africa. Okay, because you people behaved in a certain way to Nigerian players and you were fined. So in retaliation, like what the Lagos state government is doing, they started using somehow. You pay so amount of money. If you don't pay, go. They started promulgating laws to make it difficult for Nigerians to start punishing Nigerians the same way the Lagos state government is doing for non-indigens. We did something about Alaba market whereby they said, in your committee, you must put 2 Yoruba there. I know what it means. I said it before now. The way some Yorubas have shown themselves, their true character, would want to make Nigerians generalize all of them as the same. You see, sometimes they call the Yorubas Afonja. That is someone that betrays. The Northern call the name Yariba. Yariba, somebody that is unstable. Now, these 23 elections exposed a lot. Look at Daniel Bwala, appointed by Tinubu as his spokesperson. The game they play. Look at how Wike is fronting for Tinubu to destabilize the PDP. Look at how Julius Abure and co is helping Tinubu to destabilize the Labour Party. Akpata, Abure and co. Look at how the NNPP is almost owned by Tinubu. That is the game they play. The game of betrayal. The game of betrayal. And when this update don't cast, the update these Yoruba politicians are using, I don't know when next, which other update they are going to use. Because everybody looks at them as these guys are betrayals. Like, they will be so conscious wherever they are around them. They will be so conscious, wanting to be conscious. Like this, if I'm starting a movement, I don't want Yorubas, any Yoruba I put in my movement, I need to be so careful about him because at the end of the day, he might betray. That is the mentality people have. Although there are Yorubas that will stand their ground, most of the people challenging Tinubu today are Yorubas, not Igbos. Most of the people. The guy that revealed that CIA file that they said Tinubu is a CIA asset is a Yoruba person. And they are threatening that boy. The boy is being threatened by his fellow Yoruba people So the people that even if they want to remove Tinubu, if Tinubu will be long gone, it is the Yoruba people that will do it. It is them that will come together and remove him. So he's doing everything to please them. So we have Yoruba people, if they want to do something, they'll do it. But because of politics, they are being unstable to the end. So shame to the critics, shame to the enemies of Chidimma Vanessa, as she comes back with the crown, Miss Universe. I know some Igbo people might be so foolish to start saying, we Igbo are this. No, don't go that route. Igbo should learn humility. Don't banter anybody. It's when somebody banter you that you banter them back. If Chidimma wins, she wins for Africa. That is what you say. She is winning for Africa. She's not winning for anybody. Everybody has beauty amongst them. Beautiful people are everywhere. So she's not winning for everybody. Igbo ladies are beautiful. Yoruba ladies are beautiful. Hausa ladies are beautiful. Let's have the mindset. Let's focus on how we can develop our mind, develop our region. Please, if Chidimma Vanessa wins this, it's only South African blacks that you need to talk sense into their head. They are still becoming slaves in this 21st century. In their own land, they are slaves. Their counties, their places that they themselves cannot step into. They need a green card. They need an identity to step into those places. They are still living in the dark ages. You want to stop the progress when it involves God. When it involves God, no man can stop you. I repeat, when that thing involves the hand of God, no man can stop you. They thought they can stop Chidimma, but they were disappointed.